Hey everybody, this is a truck that I bought June 21st, 2002, right before I got the black truck, because I thought sure that when I got this black truck bought, I was going to put it on this frame of this truck, but then I fell in love with this truck and I just couldn't do it. This truck wound up being my daily driver for a long time. And it didn't look quite this good when I got it. I paid $2,000 for this thing. The bed, the kid that had it before me, he had all the trim off the bed and everything, and had primer sprayed all over it. And I wound up finding a bed the exact same color for $100 in one of those pick and pull junkyards. Sorry, I can't see very good out here with this sun glare. So I threw that bed on there and I already had these wheels and tires laying here from another truck. Well, of course, different tires. That's the third set of tires I guess this truck's had on it in 20 years, but I had the wheels. So I threw those on there and I just kept it. I could never rip it apart. And everybody and their dogs tried to buy it. And it's got some rust down there. Now, you know, I always drove it in the salt, and I'm not going to lie, I've never hand washed this truck. I've always kept it sprayed off. But I've never actually took a rag to it or tried to polish it, because what's the point? I mean, this truck, this two-tone gray paint faded so bad to start with. So I just never seen any need to scrub on it. So yeah, I've tried my best to keep the salt and stuff washed out of it, but I never tried to polish it or anything. See, the tailgate's got rust holes in it, and I've got a tailgate. I've never painted it and put it on there. That tailgate panel was $85.86 only for the XLT Lariat, and I've actually got two of those new in the box. I did put the towing package on this truck, and I never did put a brake controller in it. I don't go that far, but when I would haul the mower and stuff, I would use it for that. So it does. I put the factory towing package on it, and I'll show you kind of what that's about. But this is the second truck that I ever put the keyless entry keypad on. I don't really care if you guys see the code. Lights up the dome light and everything just like it's supposed to. Yeah, that's the second truck that I did that to. So we'll look at the inside. It's really faded, and when I got it, I bought a two-wheel drive parts truck. Yeah, I mean, look at that emblem. It's plumb faded. I got those too. But here's what I'm talking about, how these door panels get all chalky. I should have had these windows tinted, because like I started to say, I bought a two-wheel drive truck when I bought this truck and got the interior out of it and fixed this interior up, but I wound up just using it. See, this seat's almost orange, but it's still nice and firm and doesn't have any rips or burns or anything in it. And, well, there's my chime. I told you I put chimes on all of them. I don't know why it's still going. There. This truck did have the factory tack with the trip meter. You can tell one of these trucks that's always been inside and the true low miles by seeing that the orange is gone out of or as the orange is intact on the kilometers per hour. See, there's nothing there. We'll compare it to the black truck over here. See the difference? That's how you can tell. All the orange is still there. That's when you can really tell a truck's been inside. And the way the doors open and close on these trucks, I can't believe it. This truck here's got 233,000 miles on it and still solid as rocks. Not got a rattle in it. The cab corners are still good on it. And the rockers. I don't know where I got those floor mats over the years, but I see on those Facebook truck groups, people are really wanting them. You know, they were Walmart specials. I remember when they were at Walmart in automotive section, and they were probably $9.99 with a green price tag on them. And now I think guys would pay $100 a pair to get something like that. I'm sure these come out of the junkyard. I don't know where I got them over the years, but this dash doesn't have a crack in it either. It did when I got it. Like I said, I fixed it up. See, even this for 233,000 miles, I mean, I've done well to keep it up. You just, when it comes to this wood grain, you've got to keep your hands off of it. You just make sure, train yourself to touch the wheel and not the horn pad. It's got a little bit of wear, but nothing like most of them that you see. But this is really faded compared to that black truck. I don't know what radio came out on this truck, because of course it had an aftermarket stereo in it when I got it, but thank God no one had ever cut the wiring up in it. It still had all the factory plugs in it. And this JVC stereo that's in this truck has been in here for dang near the 20 years that I've had the truck. That's how long ago I put that in here. But everything still works on this truck too, as well as the air conditioning. And I just like a four-wheel drive better than a two-wheel drive. That's why I had planned on doing that, but you know, the black truck never gets driven. I have mint condition red four-wheel drive carpet, you see, because it's molded different for the hump, and I've got that. I have everything to make that truck four-wheel drive, including the truck sitting over there with the perfect frame under it. But I don't know. I don't really see the need now. This truck still has speakers back here that I bought in 1993 that I had in a 86 Isuzu Pup, and they still sound great. There's the keyless entry module. And I found this. I had a guy, Matthew I think is his name, mentioned on my black truck video that his dad had a truck just like this, and he couldn't find the stripe kit. Well, there it is. That's the part number. It's called Charcoal and Red Orange. It's new old stock, complete kit. If I was to ever actually paint this truck, let's see. Like, you know, it's all there. And here's a cab corner. It says right rear corner panel, upper right hand. So this would be the right hand, but this is the left hand, but that's where that would go. They're all labeled. So I do have the correct stripe kit if I'd ever want to find some fenders and a bed, a good rust-free fenders and bed, and put on and paint it and make it look good again. But it sure gets a lot of attention the way it is. I did put a remote start and keyless entry on this truck right after I got it too, and this is still the same remote. I've never even changed the battery in the first remote. It's an Avital made by Directed Electronics. Got lock and unlock, flashes the parking lights. You hit lock and unlock both at the same time to start it. See, no key. You see the parking lights are on now, so that's why the dinger's going off, because the door's open. We'll just touch the brake and shut that off. See how wore out that brake pedal is? This is a 233,000 mile truck. I did do the same thing on the window switches. Like I said on the other truck, I made this one, the left one, because they're backwards to me. Let's see. Yeah. And these door locks, they work now that they work through the keyless entry module. Actually has relays driving them. Stereo still sounds really good. Can't complain about that JVC. It was probably like $60 or $70 back then. I believe this truck did have every available option offered on it. I should get the motor report. There's the cab corners and stuff on this side. Every four-wheel drive 86 Ford truck I've ever had has had the heavy-duty suspension with the dual shocks. And they don't rust out anything like the later ones, what they call the arrow nose trucks. Like I said, I mean, this truck's been in salt its whole life, and the shock towers still look new. We'll walk over here and look at this truck over here that's got 170,000 miles on it. That's been here in Illinois all its life. Like I said, I've never hand washed that truck, that gray one, or anything. I just kept it sprayed off. But I mean, look at this thing. I use this thing for wood, but look at them holes. And look at that shock tower. It's just a matter of time. I mean, that thing looks like the Titanic. I've had to work on so many of these things for customers because the coil spring will just bust right up through the top of that shock tower. I dropped my glasses. I did freshen up the engine. Well, I can't say that I freshened up the engine. What I did was I bought a 302 out of this truck came with the 302, but I bought one out of I don't even know what year it was, somewhere around a 90. It was still the square Grand Marquis that had been sideswiped and tore the rear end out of it because this engine was just wore out. I mean, it was leaking oil, and I mean, it was shot. It had no power. And that Grand Marquis got wrecked, and it was offered to me, so I pulled it out, and I had a new high volume oil pump put in it, rod bearings, main bearings, complete gasket set, didn't pull the heads, timing chain and gears, new injectors. I don't know. That car had around 100,000 miles on it, but now it's like, this engine's like new. And while I had it out, I took the transmission, I had a new clutches and all that stuff put in it. So it's really been a dependable truck. I've driven this thing a long ways. And here's something I always found was strange. This is the only truck I've ever had with this vacuum canister like this. Here, all the rest of them that I've ever had are like on the black truck. I mean, clearly it's original. See, this is the same thing. It just got like I got cover over all those EGR solenoids and stuff under there, and it's a plastic tank. So I don't know when they changed that or why. But that's the way that one's always been. But the trucks, I always keep everything looking as original as I can. I don't like any cut wires or anything like that. Other than this, certainly nothing ever came with that, but I've done that to like 6 trucks now, so nothing gets harmed. If you go back and look at my videos, you can see how I do it. Oh, I did want to show you. Here's the factory towing package here that I never did hook a trailer brake to, or trailer brake controller. And if you ever get under the hood of one of these trucks, say you're in a junkyard, and you see this power block right here on the firewall on the left side beside the brake booster, that means it's got the factory tow-in package. And if it doesn't, like you see these dimples here, you'll see dimples right there where to drill holes to put that. And then I just took the wiring harness out of the junkyard and it's all plug and play. And then this red wire right here, this is exactly the way they did it. They just ran it through here. It goes up, over across the radiator support, clear over to the solenoid. That gives you your power for your, like your trailer tow battery charge. So this truck does have the factory towing package on it now. That's that jack handle in there rattling. Got a bed mat in it and a bed liner. We can go take a little spin in this thing. Put the phone back here, see if I can set the phone back here and let you guys hear this thing. That's glass packs with 3-inch tips. So yeah, I saw about the black truck too. It still has the plastic on the seat belts. It's long gone off of these, but I better put it on. I should have had these windows tinted all these years. This interior wouldn't be as faded. Windshield's cracked. It was like that when I bought it. I never seen any sense in replacing it. I don't know why. They say it's against the law, but I've never been pulled over. And this thing certainly doesn't ride as good as the black truck does, but it does need shocks too. It used to ride better than it does now. But it goes down the highway good. They are redoing the highway. And it's all... Oh, my mom stopped by earlier. She said that it's all ground off out here now. There goes a dump truck right now. Clock and date still work. Cruise still works. These four-wheel drives don't have near the power either as the two-wheel drives, and I don't understand that because it's the same 355 gears. turn around a little bit quicker today because I don't know where they're working up here. I don't want to get caught in a line. Well, let's see. I know these people. We'll just go around the block, around the house. We just lost this old gal that lived here. She was an angel. She had 2 town cars. She said everybody would always give her shit about having 2 Lincoln town cars. She said, it's my money. If I want it, I'll have it. She always had me do her oil changes and stuff for her. I just come over and grab them. Boy, this road's a lot rougher than it was the other day. They'll get it repaved pretty quick, I'm sure. Tires do sing, but I can tell you I've never had this truck stuck anywhere in the snow or the mud, and I've pulled a lot of people out. I'm also told that you can't buy these coarser mud train tires anymore, so I don't know what I get when it comes time for tires. So there you have it. There's the truck that was doomed to make this truck a four-wheel drive until he showed me all of his love, and I just couldn't do it. And like I said, everybody and their dog has tried to buy that truck. Well worth that $2,000 investment 20 years ago, I would say. These Bullnose trucks, I think, are probably the most popular trucks that was ever built. If you go to the Facebook groups, they've got, and I don't know who named these damn things. It doesn't look like a bull to me. But 80 to 86, they call the Bullnose. 87 to 91, they call the brick nose. And then the 92 to 97s, they call the arrow nose. And I don't know who named them, but to me, it's just an 80 to 86 Ford truck. I think it was the best looking truck ever made. I remember in 1987, when they came out with those plastic headlights and everything in that dash. People around here were horrified. They were like, what the hell is Ford thinking? But they did grow on everyone, that's for sure. But I do know that Fred, the guy that owned this black truck, he told me he went to buy a brand new truck. He was going to order a new 87 until he seen one and he's like, I think I'm just gonna buy this one off the lot. So there it is. The truck that was supposed to be killed to make the black truck a 4-wheel drive. Hope you guys like this video. Matthew, write down that part number. I think that was your name. I hope it was. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Appreciate it. See ya. Oh, please subscribe. See you in the next video.